about these ancient ruins that are scattered like all around the islands, and they're called star mounds.
Rumour has it, according to archaeologists, that they go way, way, way back before kind of anything was recorded on the islands, and they were possibly used for ritual and sacrifice, which is a very, very taboo thing for Samoans to talk about. So there's no information in any of the museums, in the library, and locals just won't really go there. We can't even convince a guide to take us to see one of these mounds.
So we decided we've got a bunch of mates from the place that we're staying, and we've gathered a team. We're going to go on an adventure. We are going to get to the bottom, or maybe the top, hopefully the top of the Samoan star mounds. We've got to find out. Come on, let's go.
Star mounds are the largest and most ancient man-made structures in Polynesia. A Samoan equivalent to the Egyptian pyramids, there are over 140 unexcavated mounds, and so there is much speculation of what they might have been used for. One of the largest ones, the Pulemalai Mound, is on the island of Savaii, and that's where our group headed. We consulted the Lonely Planet and read internet blogs. There was not a wealth of information, but we had GPS coordinates and a tourist map. All sources said the pathway to the Pulemalai Mound was thick and overgrown, and we could not find an account written post-2012. We managed to persuade a guy at our accommodation to lend us a machete, and off we went. We found the road we were looking for flanked by 2 guiding iron poles. We manoeuvred the car through the uncertain terrain, the sporadic rain hammering around us. Before long, we arrive at a river. We abandon the car at this point and make the remainder of our journey on foot. The 5 of us scrambled across the river, making it to the other side despite the strong current and loose, slippery, moss-ridden rocks. Our journey properly began. A mounting anticipation between the group had been building, and we were all elated and bubbling with excitement at our unconventional Samoan expedition. We were greeted by brilliant blue butterflies circling the green around us. Off we went, thrashing at the thick jungle with the machete to make a pathway. Our surroundings were some of the most magical we had ever seen. We marched through long, thorny grass that came up to our shoulders and kept shade under large green and orange canopies, which the warm sunlight trickled through to create patterns on our sweat-drenched backs. At certain points, we would be virtually crawling through the mud under low-lying trees that arched woven above our heads to create delicate wooden caves. We tramped over brilliant orange leaves that were bigger than our heads. At our feet, new trees sprouted from fallen coconuts. What was striking was that nature was truly thriving here, with all manner of luscious foliage making its mark on the landscape. It felt as though we were in a lost world, nature towering around us at its greenest, and us the only sign of life. We felt certain we couldn't be far from the mysterious Pulemalai. It was almost as though we could feel its magical pull. Unfortunately, the GPS coordinates were telling us otherwise. It seemed as though we were a little over halfway, which didn't seem correct as the guidebook suggested it was a 2-kilometre walk from the river. We'd already been walking for nearly 3 hours. If the GPS was correct, then we didn't have enough food and water to continue. We carried on regardless. Flo, who was then leading our group, suddenly let out a huge yell, one so clear that it pierced our beings. It was laced with pain. He had unknowingly cut through a wasp's nest with the machete. We all turned and sprinted wildly through the jungle, looking behind only to witness a swarm of bright yellow in the distance. Flo had been stung 5 times and was writhing in pain. We were incredibly lucky the wasps did not give chase. I'm sure we all remember the fate of Thomas J. and My Girl. We had a team discussion and felt that the wasps were an ominous sign. We made a reluctant decision to head back.
why he said like we need help to get there, because without GPS localization